Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Last Word Sports. We're going to be talking about the Chiefs versus Jags game and also like a preview of the Seahawks versus Jaguars game. So first of all, I did not think we were going to win that game. I picked the Chiefs. I think I said 27-24. So, if I had just given the Jags, another touchdown, would have been close. But even when it was 23 seconds left, and the Chiefs got the ball, I still wasn't for sure. I did not want overtime. I don't think anybody wanted overtime, but if there's one team I wouldn't want to face in overtime, it would be the Chiefs. And I remember when the Chiefs had like 16 seconds left to get a field goal and they got the ball against the Bills, and like two plays got in field goal range. But thank God that did not happen. Um, Trevor. This was, the stumble in the jungle, the slip six. I've heard a lot of cool names for it. I did not make those up, by the way. Like I heard those on like 1010 XL or something. But um, this game, I really hope this is like a game we remember as like a turning point. Like if Trevor starts to go on a run after this, we can look back. Like in 22, I think it was the Ravens game where we weren't supposed to win that game, and Trevor had been okay that year, starting out. I mean, people said he wasn't playing well, but honestly, I thought he was doing fine managing the game. And then we faced the Ravens, and then he just kind of went off. And then it happened against the Cowboys, and like it kind of was that turning point where everything started going right for him. Not right, but he started playing well. So I really hope that that's what this is. Um, I think takeaways you can take from this as Trevor is use your legs more. I do think that some of his runs there was it's kind of nitpicky, but kind of like you had Brenton Strange open across the middle a few times, and like I'm not. The thing is, like we see other quarterbacks do that, and we don't really get upset about it. We're just like, wow, what a play! He probably knew the defender was close enough to get there. So like I'm not gonna harp on it too much, but I wonder. This was unscouted for the Chiefs that Trevor was going to run because he doesn't really run the ball. So as we go up against the Seahawks, are those defensive tackles going to rush with more of an interior presence where Trevor can't just shoot the gap in the middle because he doesn't scramble too much around the sides. So uh, I'm just I don't know what a throw to BTJ on that deep ball. The throw to Diami Brown also really good. The touchdown to Parker pretty good. I didn't think either of those were like incredible. I heard somebody say that throw to Diami Brown, the out route, only like five quarterbacks in the NFL can make that throw. And I'll be honest, that's kind of a routine throw. Like it's a good throw, but that's a standard offensive throw. The throw to BTJ. Now, if you said only five quarterbacks are going to make that throw, I might let you have that. But and that was on third down too. Those were so. I think it was very interesting when we needed a play on third down in this game, at least on the last drive. I don't know about the whole game, but the last drive. That deep ball to BTJ along the sideline, caught. And then it was third and 10. We were within their 20 and they threw it to BTJ and got the PI call. So both times they said, we're just going to let our guy go up and try and get it. And it worked out both times. So do that with what you want. But Trevor, I do think he needs to be better. I still like listen this, and I don't want to be a hater. I was a Trevor guy. The first half of this game made me say Trevor's not the guy. I have a cousin I was texting. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. And he willed, and he came back and won. But there was so many plays where I'm like, dude, just take the layup. Why are you throwing it down the field? Travis Etienne's right on. There was a boot out. Travis Etienne is right there, and he holds it and he throws it into the back of the end zone for nothing. And I'm like, you could have picked up easy 5 yards. It was first down too. It's not like it was third down, second down. You need to get more yards. First down, and he didn't take the easy throw. And he needs to do that. Throwing the ball 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, like usually, I give guys benefit of the doubt. Like it's okay. Trevor does this a lot though, and then also the sticks were right there next to him. He's got to see those. I mean, it's not like he was running one side, sticks on the other. I think there's sticks on both sides, but it's not like he's in the middle and he can't really see because they don't have that blue line, for the line of scrimmage. I get that, but in his peripheral, he should see the orange sticks there. So he must have known he passed it. So that, and it was like not even like close. It was pretty much like 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Absolute bonehead, you know? And it's just the touchdown he scored is just so fitting. That is the most Trevor Lawrence touchdown I've ever seen in my life. It wasn't even the first slip for me; it was the second slip trying to get up. That's just hilarious. I honestly, this game though, I think it goes to the O line. Um, we weren't able to run the ball, yeah, but like Trevor had all day in the pocket. Patrick Mahomes had all day in the pocket too. That's just later on. Trevor had all day in the pocket. And, even on his touchdown run, you see Ezra Cleveland and Walker Little pancake that dude. Ezra Cleveland, mainly, he was fantastic. And you know what? Jonah Monheim, let me shout out Jonah Monheim. I really liked him when we got him. I was kind of like, I kind of like this guy better than Wyatt Milam. And he went in there and one on one against Chris Jones on the BTJ throw, no problem. So I hope Hainsey's not gone for long, but if he is, Monheim can hold it down. At tight end, I know Brenton Strange got hurt and he's out for the next 4 games at least. I don't think he's out for the season. I think he'll probably be back. The fact that they put him on IR means that there's really no chance he would have been back, in that third or fourth week. So this kind of tells me it's probably going to be like 6 weeks, I'd say. Um, that's just my guess. I don't even know what the injury. I know it's his hip, but I don't know what it is. But the fact that they put him on IR to miss 4 games tells me that they're very comfortable thinking that he's not going to be back in 4 games. Um, so yeah. Wide receivers. You know what? Here, I think all Jags fans, we love Liam Cohen. We do. He's changed this franchise. I said it before. In the preview for the Chiefs game was you gotta. I mean, he's been breaking trends. We haven't beaten Houston and Jacksonville for like 7 years, and we've never beaten San Francisco in San Francisco, and we did that. And then we haven't beaten the Chiefs since like 2011, 2009, whatever it was, and we did that. The dude is like on a heater right now, and everything for one, like we've said, like, oh, things are finally different. Things are finally different. He's breaking things that like Jags of old have done for so long. Love Liam. With that being said, get the ball to Travis Hunter. I don't know what we're doing. I get it. He's a rookie. He's still learning. I know, but like, I think he's smart enough where he can find a way to get Travis Hunter the ball in space. We have how many wide receiver screens to Travis Hunter have we seen? And that was supposed to be a big part. I mean, if you watched the Buccaneers offense last year, it was a lot to Jalen McMillan, a lot to Chris Godwin, wide receiver screens. And it worked. And we're like, okay, he's just going to bring it over to Jacksonville. And honestly, I don't know what it is, but they haven't really used them. And I'm not huge on wide receiver screens. I actually don't really like them, but BTJ was great at them last year, and Travis Hunter was great at them in college. So I look at that and I say, that's a very valuable skill set. Maybe they're saving it. I don't know what you'd be saving it for, but I just don't know why they're not using their first round pick more on offense. And I get it. He's trying to learn both sides, and I think he's playing well. I think he's playing well in what he's doing. I will say I think his route running needs to be a little sharper. He's kind of a feeler. I don't know if that makes sense, but he's not as crisp of a route runner as I was hoping. Like, he's not going to be Justin Jefferson. I get that, but maybe that's why he's not getting the ball as much on offense. I think part of it is also, like, I don't think Trevor's really looking his way a ton, to be honest. Even the Parker Washington interception, obviously that was pass interference. Listen, guys, let me just say this now. The Parker Washington interception, obviously pass interference. And Chiefs fans people on Twitter saying, like, I honestly, it's within 5 yards. I don't see that's pass interference. There's no debate. Debate with a wall if you don't think that's pass interference. And then the pick play, I get that one's gray. If they hadn't thrown a flag on that pick play for the touchdown for the Chiefs, I would have been like, well, that's stupid, but okay, it happens. But the fact that they threw the flag, it's almost like when you call something a touchdown and there's nothing to overturn it, you let it stand. If you throw the flag and it's kind of gray, it's like, oh, it was close. You stick with the call. And the Chiefs talked him out of it. And that's what really made me mad. So that those two plays, yeah, BS. Um, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, pass to Park Washington on that interception. On the other side, Travis Hunter was wide open, not wide open, but like he was on a slant, and if Trevor throws it to him, I mean, he if he can shake his corner and make the safety miss, he might take it all the way. I don't know, but I just don't know. He has more trust in Parker, I guess. I don't know. I would say like Liam Cohen is very good at manufacturing offense. If you notice, he's got a lot of easy layup plays for Trevor, which is great because Trevor had none of that last year. And so I think you can find ways to incorporate Travis Hunter into those layup plays more than they do. After his big catch, they kind of did it where they did play action where he kind of slipped underneath the line and went out to the right, and Trevor hit him. It was only like a 2 yard play, but I think you got to do more of those. Get him in space. Um, but yeah, so that's my only gripe. Get Travis Hunter more on offense, and I really do wonder if with Brenton Strange gone, are they going to be using Travis Hunter more on offense? In the sense of like is he going to be passing more to Travis Hunter? I don't know. I hope so because if you look at what Cohen did with the Bucks last year when they were down wide receivers, he ran the ball more and used K Dot more. So kind of I hope it's the inverse of where your best blocking, best tight end goes down, and you're like, okay, well maybe we rely more on that passing game to our first round pick. Um, Overall, offense solid game. Trevor, use your legs more. I need to see more from him though. To be honest, there was a lot of stupid plays in that first half, and even the second half. There was like he had. It was so weird because he like running instead of throwing the ball away on that second down. He ran for like 4 yards in the first play when we got the ball for the game-winning drive, and then the second play he tried to run again, lost like three, and I'm like, what are you doing? Just throw the ball away, dude. But then he hits BTJ for that third down. So it's like every time you want to get mad at the guy for that game, he kind of negates it, whatever. Defense, pay Devin Lloyd. Not right now. I'm just saying, like, pay Devin Lloyd. I was worried about he was a contract year guy. Uh, but I think he's actually pretty good. I think he's good. And, I was a guy who was just like, Devin Lloyd's a bust. Devin Lloyd's a bust. Get him off this team. But you can just see it's a little alarming. I don't know if it's good or bad. It's good right now, but you kind of wonder who's actually a good player. When everyone on the team is playing better with this new staff, it's like, wow, what a great coaching staff. Then you have to wonder, okay, but like, who's going to keep it up? Like, who are actually the good guys on this team? I think Devin Lloyd's one of them, so don't worry. I'm not saying that. I think Devin Lloyd, his coverage skills were like the worst part of him before. I don't even know. He was really bad in like run fits and all, and I wonder. I heard some people say that he didn't play well besides the pick six. I don't even care if that's true, but he's a playmaker. He's the lead for Defensive Player of the Year. Don't be the Cowboys and let Micah Parsons walk out the door. He's not Micah Parsons. I get that, but pay him. Even if he's like solid the rest of the year, pay him. I don't think he's going to take a team-friendly discount, by the way. Let's see. Tyson Campbell, I think you move on from him next year. I'm not a big Tyson Campbell guy. I was when we drafted him. Loved the guy. But he kept getting hurt, and even when he was healthy, people acted like he was this number one lockdown corner, and it's just like anytime he's given up one big play a game. It's like guaranteed. And he did Tyquan Thornton on like a key third down. I'm like, what are you? And he was watching the quarterback when he's in a deep. He's like playing a cover 3 zone where he's supposed to be the deep third, and he just, he's watching Mahomes while Thornton runs right by him. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Eric Murray, by the way, is so good. I didn't see this coming. I was a huge. I really hated that free agency move. I hated this whole free agency class, to be honest. And I look like an absolute idiot because Jordan Lewis, fantastic. Fantastic. The team, I don't even know what the team would be without him. Eric Murray has been a top 5 safety in the NFL this year. He has. Look at the stats. He's been a top 5 safety in the NFL this year. Eric Murray has been balling. Andrew Wingard saved like 2 touchdowns this game, by the way. Shouldn't have gotten to him, but hey, he did enough, so good for him too. Monteric Brown. I've always loved Monteric Brown. He's just like, I don't know if you know, but like those corners the other teams have that kind of seem to come in and they're just gritty and they do a solid job. They're never like given the starting spot just because it's almost like the fan base and the team is like they're not the most athletic, they're not the best. I feel like we can upgrade, but then they kind of struggle to upgrade that position. Like he might give up a pass every now and then, but like overall he's just a physical, solid player. Like he's consistent. You know what you're getting out of him, and you find it hard to replace that guy. That's Monteric Brown. Monteric Brown, every time he's in there, he's never getting torched. He's not. He's a physical corner, and he's smart too. That he probably it might have been a touchdown if he hadn't smacked that down up the seam ball. So Monteric Brown is a baller. Uh, Listen, for the defensive line, the interior, from what I've heard, they played well against the run, shut it down, which it looked like they did. I'm worried about the interior pass rush. I thought Eric Armstead had been having a good year. I know Trey Smith is a good guard, and was it Creed Humphrey is a like good center. I know those are top tier guys, so it was going to be tough. But I mean, you got to give us more than you did. And Mason Smith, if you have Mahomes in your grasp, you got to bring him down. You got to bring him down. That was killer. Really, honestly, my big gripe with the D line in this game, yeah, there was no pressure by the interior, but honestly, there was no pressure from the exterior either. Josh Allen, he had that one play where he tackled Xavier Worthy on the end around, or I don't know, it was like one of those, might have been one of those pop passes, But Josh Allen was nowhere. I didn't see him get pressure on Mahomes. Didn't get a sack. Mahomes had all day in the pocket. And maybe it's I know some people I think Cohen was saying the way you rush Mahomes is a little makes it hard to kind of uh really get pressure because you're kind of trying to stay disciplined in your run lanes and you don't want him to run around and get past you and all. But I expect more from our top tier pass rusher. Maybe it's because we're missing Trayvon, but that shouldn't really affect Josh. So for Josh Hines Allen, you got to be better. In my opinion, you got to be better, especially if we want to go to the playoffs and make some noise. We're gonna need Josh Allen to be better. Just point blank. That's just how it is. Uh, also another thing to note is while I said like I love Liam Cohen, I'd say use Travis Hunter more on offense. There's also some blunders in this game by Cohen. I think the last 2 minutes of the first half were one where we get the ball. No, the Chiefs had the ball. We were down by 7, and uh, we stop them. And on third down, they had like a complete pass. We tackle them, so they have to punt. But it was like a minute 40 was on the clock when we stopped them. We had one timeout left. And I know you're like, oh, I want to save that and use my back pocket. I'd rather the 40 seconds and have the ability to clock it than the one timeout in a minute. And he didn't call a timeout. And so by the time we got the ball, it was like 50 seconds left. And it was just, Trevor being an absolute, bonehead, stupid plays is, again, complete short of the first down. And I don't know why we're like, I think it's almost like we're allergic to spiking the ball. Like, when was the last time we spiked the ball on these, critical times? Like, with ticking clock down. They always want to, like, get one more play off. And it's just like, you're taking too much time off the clock. Just spike it, collect your thoughts. We don't need that down. We can get on the next one. So, honestly, and then it really was just an abomination of a first half. And, I mean, the last 2 minutes of the first half. And we didn't even use our last timeout, because it was just went so bad. So it's like, you can't take that timeout with you to the next game, buddy. You got to use it. And then in the second half, I think it was the last 2 minutes again. I mean, like I said, Trevor made it work with delay of game. Just it was okay. It wasn't as bad in that 2 minutes. That was more on Trevor. And you know what? Trevor won the game, so whatever. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on the game for the Seahawks. Uh, I'm looking forward to this game. I think it's gonna be, I don't know, because Seahawks just played the Buccaneers. Very similar offenses there. It should be the same offense. Cohen and the Bucks. They just continued that. I feel like Sam Darnold. Listen, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, and don't bring Josh Allen into this. Josh Allen's great, but Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback right now. Has been for like the last 5 years, whatever. But so far this year, Sam Darnold has actually played better, and he's been like a top five quarterback this year. So, and that's a same Shanahan system they run there in Seattle with Clint Kubiak. So, offense is very good. They love to run the ball. They're a very physical team. Jackson Smith and Jigba is a great wide receiver. And on defense, they're very physical. I think Witherspoon's out, but they're a very physical defense. That D line is better than the Chiefs D line. I think I heard that they were having trouble pass rushing though, so be on the lookout for that. I know interior they had that first round pick. What was his name from Texas? It doesn't matter, but apparently he's playing pretty well. So I wonder if they're gonna, like I said, I wonder if they're gonna take this Chiefs game and kind of say like, all right, we're not going to let him run up that middle. We're going to take away that middle gap from Trevor when we pass rush. Um, and it's a good secondary. It's a good secondary. So I think this is going to be actually a tough test for Jacksonville. I know, the Chiefs and the 49ers looked like tough tests. Listen, we don't have an easy game until the Raiders. This game and the Rams, they're tough games. They're tough games. So with that being said, I really hope the highs of this game. You see teams coming off of exciting, very like high adrenaline games. They're at that high point, and what they go into the next game, and they lose because they just come off a big emotional game. We see that all the time. I really hope that doesn't happen here. I hope Cohen keeps them on track, but I also wonder how the run game's gonna work without Brenton Strange blocking. I think Hunter Long and Johnny Munt are good blockers, but like I wonder if there's gonna be an element missing there. Maybe you see more passing. I don't know, but it is a tough game. This is not gonna be easy. If I was the Jags, I would definitely lean into the pass game a little bit more. I see. I don't think you can do that though, because that D line is better and the secondary is good too. I think running the ball is going to be key. This is a tough game. Listen, guys, I'll be completely honest. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose this game. I'll be thrilled. Like I feel like we're playing with house money. In my opinion, we weren't supposed to beat the Niners. We weren't supposed to beat the Chiefs. You could argue we weren't supposed to beat the Texans, but here we are, 4-1. So who's to say we weren't supposed to? So yeah, this could be a game we lose. But if we do, 4-2 is not too bad. I think you got to win one of these next two. If you win one, lose one, I'm all right. Uh, yeah, just win one of the next two. I think we'll be good. So let me know what you guys think our record could be, because I was a very negative person coming to this season. I thought we might go like 9-8, to be honest, and that was high for some people. Some people thought like 6-10, 7-10, whatever, 6-11, and I was just like, I think they'll be good, not great. And so I said like 9-8, and I said with a ceiling of 10-7. But after all this, what do you guys think the record could be? I'd have to go back through and like actually think like, all right, with how everything's, because I thought we might start out 1-6 with this schedule. I thought we'd beat the Panthers and just go on a losing streak. So it's been like complete opposite, to be honest. Yeah. So another thing is like, are we Super Bowl contenders? Maybe I'll say that for another video. But are we Super Bowl contenders? Let me know in the comments. What's your record prediction? Are we Super Bowl contenders? I don't know if I want to hop on that yet, but yeah. Anyway, go Jags. Jags versus Seahawks. I'm gonna go Jags 2017, Duval.